Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, it looks like your man Stephen A. Smith just basically, looks like Stephen A. Smith just stepped in it once again. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, as you guys know, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence just had a big box office, a big movie that just dropped, Bad Boys. I think Bad Boy for Life. And I'm a huge fan of the Bad Boy series, although I didn't like the third one, but the first two ones were just amazing. The second one was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just crazy, but pretty funny movie. So going into, the debut weekend before the movie dropped, Stephen A. Smith took to the Stephen A. Smith show to take a pretty obtuse approach to this entire story. When Stephen A. Smith was discussing Will Smith, he went on to say that he suspects the movie to do poor, and he said that one of the reasons he believes that Will Smith's movie is not going to do well is because of that infamous slap that he had on Chris Rock during the Oscars, during the live televised event. And he said that Will Smith owes the black community an apology for what he did to Chris Rock. And people all over the internet have been flame broiling Stephen A. Smith on his channel. I just saw a clip this morning from the Breakfast Club. They roasted him up over there. And everybody's been like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? Will Smith owes us an apology. He doesn't owe anyone an apology. So those are the comments that we want to get into. But before we even get into what Stephen A. Smith had to say, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, PrizePicks, which is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. PrizePicks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select two or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting two entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. PrizePicks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about PrizePicks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Stephen A. Smith had to say on the Stephen A. Smith show for you guys. And then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what your man had to say here.
I bring that up because I wanted to get to the latest installment of the Bad Boys franchise. Bad Boys, Ride or Die, which debuted Wednesday. It's the second best reviewed film after Bad Boys for Life. That's what they're telling me. It's also the biggest film for Will Smith since his infamous 2022 Oscars slap of the great comedian himself, the one and only Chris Rock. Pre-sales for Ride or Die are behind that of Bad Boys for Life, of course, which hit a franchise high opening of 101 million worldwide back in early 2020. Domestic projections for Ride or Die were at 50 million, but that reportedly simmered to 40 million. Could the lack of pre-sales be because people have not forgiven Will Smith for that slap right there? How much you want to make a bet it does? And this is why I wanted to have this discussion with y'all. Because I want to emphasize that right now, as we see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on the circuit promoting this new film, once upon a time, you couldn't find a bigger fan of Will Smith than me. Martin Lawrence, you can't find a bigger fan of Martin Lawrence than me. Ladies and gentlemen, in all likelihood, I'm going to go see Bad Boys, Ride or Die. because I'm such a huge Martin Lawrence fan. And believe it or not, I still will never stop being a Will Smith fan. I'm not surprised at all that pre-sales have simmered. It wouldn't surprise me at all if it ultimately plummeted once all is said and done. And you know why I feel that way, ladies and gentlemen? Because I think that I'm speaking not for everybody, not for most, but at the very least millions of people out there when I say what I'm about to say. I'm not nearly as interested as seeing Will Smith in the movies than I am of seeing him doing an actual sit-down interview with somebody to explain why he did what he did.
So you heard what your man Stephen A. Smith had to say. I want to quickly read an article from The Hollywood Reporter that I believe was published yesterday. Let me read the headline. Box office. Will Smith's Bad Boy 4 delivers huge victory for actor with $56 million US debut, $104 million globally. Continues on. Sony's Bad Boy Ride or Die jolted the battered summer box office back to life with a better than expected domestic opening of $56 million and $104 globally. Moreover, it put Will Smith on the road to a career comeback 2 years after his infamous Oscar slap. Ride or Die, reuniting Smith and Martin Lawrence, is the fourth outing in the Sony's long-running franchise and earned an A- cinema score in North America alongside generally positive reviews. Just as promising, 44% of the audience was between the ages of 18 and 34, showing Smith has a following among younger consumers. Black moviegoers made up the largest quadrant of the audience with 44%. Ride or Die is arguably the first film of the summer to come in notably ahead of Tracking, which had it opening at 48 million to 50 million range. It also is the second biggest domestic launch of the season, behind Kingdom of the Planet of Apes, which debuted to 58 million domestically. The movie's start overseas is equally as promising, which grossed 46 million from 60 markets, 58% of Faraja, Mad Max, and then the article goes on to say a few other things. It says the $100 million film is the follow-up to Bad Boys for Life, which opened to 62 million domestically in January, on its way to earning 426 million at the box office before theaters were shut down due to the pandemic. The Bad Boys series produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. By the way, Jerry Bruckheimer has the best action chase scenes in all of Hollywood. All of those Transformers action scenes, all of those scenes that you see from Bad Boys and all of that. That's Jerry Bruckheimer. That's I'm thinking of oh my God, that's the producer. I'm thinking of the Michael Bay. Michael Bay. He did the original Bad Boy 1 and Bad Boy 2. Michael Bay can make some damn action movies. Let's get into it here. Well, it looks like Mr. Smith was wrong. The community that he believes Will Smith owes an apology to, they came out in droves to support Will Smith. And I think the reason that is because the black community always supported Will Smith to begin with. Were people disappointed? 100%. But I don't think they threw him away. Right? I don't think they threw him away, number one. Number two, in terms of an apology, he only needs to apologize to Chris Rock, because he's the one that he hit Chris Rock. Why would he? I never sat back watching that situation like, man, Will Smith really owes me an explanation. Like, why would he owe me an explanation? Why? And why would I want one? Why would I want one? So Stephen A. Smith really stepped his foot in this one. And you know what's funny about this? Is that I was defending Stephen A. Smith over the Monica McNutt situation. And people were like, look, Stephen A. Smith, people were just mad at him for the general fact of being mad at him. And I understand why they're mad at him, because I've been pissed off at him too. But I think it's situations and moments like this that make people get fed up with Stephen A. Smith. It's like, what, bro, what are you doing? What are you even talking about right now? Right? And I think a lot of people are displeased with his comments, and clearly they were wrong-headed. Clearly they were wrong. Because again, black moviegoers came out in droves to support Will Smith. You know, and if I have an opportunity to see the movie, I'm gonna say I didn't like the last one. Hopefully this one is good. It got a good score. So I'll probably check this one out too. But the most interesting part about all of this is I don't know what elicited or solicited that comment from Steve. I don't know what motivated him to say that. I don't know what prism he was looking at this situation through to be like, you know what? Will Smith owes the black. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.